Hi everyone, Sully here from Black Ops Toys, coming at you with another unboxing of my old collection stuff. So this is number 2 in our video series of what's in Brian's storage unit. And you can see that it's been in storage based on the amount of dust that's on here. And let's go ahead and dig into this box. And again, these are just coming out of my storage unit. I have about 100 of these to go through. And this is what I grew up on when I started doing this hobby. So I'll kind of explain what the figures are, where the stuff came from, and maybe a little bit about them. Wow, this brings back memories. Okay, so, wow, that's old school. This is great. So, back in the day, there was a company called Playhouse, and Playhouse, there were also Saturday Toys, same brand I believe, but Playhouse is really cool. Basically they released figures, and they released one figure per year, or a set of, say, clothing or a PMC set or something per year, and that's all they did was one set. So the set was really, really good, always came with a lot of really cool stuff that was like cutting edge, brand new. And really, you know, kind of got me into doing a lot of this PMC stuff that I do. And the reason I like PMCs, or private military contractors, is because they use the latest and greatest stuff, and it's a mishmash, and you can basically put together a bunch of stuff from multiple figures and come up with your own imagination, come up with your own figure, and typically they're really, really cool. So nothing really has to match, but this right here, this base, uses a lot of old school good parts. And I can tell you right off the bat that this is a Hot Toys True Type figure, and it's the guy from Prison Break, I believe. And let's go ahead and go from down here and go up. Utilizes a lot of Playhouse stuff, but we'll get to that in a minute. So these are Toyrific boots, and back in the day, Toyrific made some really cool stuff. They're not around anymore, and I believe that they got burned by China or whoever they were buying from.
Yeah,
they remember what happened?
They sent a lot of money over to a factory to make something, and then it never got made.
It got
and they
stolen.
lost all their money.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And we met them at I believe the Weekend of Heroes. Back in the day, and we bought a lot of stuff from them that was loose, but they weren't actually able to produce any figures per se. Their boots were at the time some of the best boots you could possibly find, and depending on which climate you're in now, the boots are very rare, and if you're in sort of a humid climate, they would tend to flake. But as you can see, these have stood up the test over time. They've been boxed appropriately, and they're still probably some of the best boots that are made. These are foot type. This is a combat boot, and they came in black and desert, but super, super cool boots. I had a ton of these things. Going up from there, we have, these look like BBI pants from their 511 figure, and I can tell that based on the stitching in the pockets. Moving up from there, this right here looks like this is a custom holster. So you can see that I put Hot Toys stuff on it, so a Hot Toys knife holder and a Hot Toys, basically a pistol mag pouch. And this right here, I believe the holster came from, gosh, I want to say maybe Soldier Story, like an early Soldier Story figure. Moving up from there, we have this rifle, and back in the day, this was a freaking awesome, awesome rifle set. And this was made by, gosh, starts with a B. All they did was a couple weapon sets. There were like 4 of them. Gosh, I want to say Bosich, but that's not it. Anyway, they were cool because they came in little kits, and they went together like a model, and they came with a bunch of cool stuff. The magazines are a little bit smaller than your standard, say, Soldier Story magazines now, or Easy and Simple magazines. But back in the day, this was one of the best rifles you could possibly get, just because of the stock. So everybody wanted this stock, I remember. But very, very cool. I believe that the magazine is metal as well, and so it gave it some weight. But these are plug and play. You can see the EOTech did have a little screen in there, and then the light did open up, which was super cool. So back in the day, again, this is like probably 15 years old, I want to say. This was a great rifle. It still is today, in my opinion. We have, I believe these are, I want to say, Ace knee pads. And I love the soft knee pads because they wrap around the legs really good. This is a Barrack Sargent drop leg IFAK. You probably saw that on the last figure as well. And then the meat of this figure, let's see if I can get this, is really the Playhouse vest. And Playhouse, again, small company, they made a PMC version A and B, and they were just uniform kits that came with rifle, pistol, and then a vest set. They came with different trousers, but really cool stuff that you couldn't find anywhere. Moving up from that, this right here is Playhouse from that same PMC set, and these were Maxpedition bags, and these were super hard to get, hard to find. If they ever popped up, they sold out immediately. But back in the day, again, this is still a great bag, but these were super rare and very hard to find, and just absolutely loved them. This right here also came with the PMC set. This was the PMC badge, so like an identification badge. And then we have some Toy Soldier ACU pouches on the back. We do have a Playhouse Motorola hand mic with comm that's back strapped here. The hat was super cool. So this Playhouse set came with a freaking great hat, and these were LaRue tactical hats. And the set A and B, one came with a black one and one came with a brown one. And these hats are super hard to find, super rare, but they're LaRue tactical with the Texas emblem on there. But very cool. Loved them. Still love this guy. I took this guy to a bunch of gun shows and had him sitting at the gun show tables. These right here were early Soldier Story. Again, Hot Toys True Type body. Shirt is again from the PMC set. So put this next to any PMC figure today, and he still looks good in my opinion. A couple things I'd change out. I'd probably change out the main weapon, change out a couple pouches here and there, but all in all, this vest set, very hard to find, very rare, and I love it because it's got the coyote tan and then the green right here. And a lot of these, again, depending on climate, this right here, this green stuff would actually peel off. So again, this is in stellar shape. But fantastic looking figure, still is in my opinion. Not a lot I would change on him right now. But, oh, one more thing before I forget. You can see this little thing right here. This was a PMC, this came from the PMC gear set also. And this tells you the age of the figure. This is a Motorola flip phone. So back in the day, man, that was super cool because it was a Molly phone pouch. And let me see if I can pop this out so you can actually see. This is so old school. There we go. Let me show you the goodies. There we go. So back in the day, these were the coolest things ever. This was actually based off a Motorola phone, I believe. But it's a couple different pieces, but you can see what they did. They actually made it move so you could flip the screen out like that. And the screen flipped like that. But super cool. You can see the detail on the buttons. But all in all, man, this, like back in the day, this was like the shit. So super cool figure. Love doing these PMC figures. Still love them today. Not a lot I would change on this guy. So if you like this video and you want to see more of these nostalgic collectible customs, make sure that you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Your Mama's House, and on Twitter very soon, Rumble, and on Rumble. And yeah, look forward to sharing some more stuff with you.